I waited. I was gonna do it on this bike, or my other one, set up as a single speed or fixed. But I was glad I used the Diamondback since it has 9 speeds, I think, something like that. Since it's a geared bike. Hey puppy. Hello. Where you live? I got all cautious, thinking I was gonna get chased again, but the dog put all its effort in getting away from me. So I guess that's good. Since the frightened dog, I'll let those people down there deal with it. I don't want to scare it. Though I'd like to read its tags to see where it lives, but, and since I have my phone, I call the owners, but don't want to startle it. So hopefully it gets back home. Cute dog. Now I'm just cautious ever since that German Shepherd chased me a while back. This time last year or the beginning of this year, can't remember. I think it was January of this year, February of this year. Sometime between December of 2020 and February of this year. It was the first 2 months of me having my other bike. But anyways, back, I was glad I looked at the terrain, even if it wasn't the best help on Google Maps. I at least got a rough estimate, and in doing so, it seemed like there was quite a bit of elevation, and there would be a little bit more hills, maybe hills that I might not be into, especially on a non-geared bike. So I was glad I had that bike because I just did whatever I could do and then walked the rest. The only sucky part is I forgot to bring food because I didn't intend to go there. I was gonna go to Napa or Fairfield, which would have led me to be home sooner. And then I ran out of water, even though I had my water bottle. At a very unopportune time, I made the water I had last as much as I could. I made it last like halfway, but then I refilled, and on the way back I should have waited, but I didn't, and then I needed more water, so I ended up walking, which made it longer, but now I know for the next time. But luckily, once I was out of the inopportune area, there was a Starbucks I went to and hung out at for a bit. I got 2 waters and hung out for like 30-45 minutes. Tried to get a ride from my mom, but she was napping, and then I didn't get her reply saying that I said, oh, well, I'm gonna go home now since I feel a little bit better after resting and having water. And then I didn't know she replied, and then we crossed paths. We were a few blocks from the house. She was looking for me, and then I told her where I went. She's like, oh god. Then I got home and turned my phone on, and she replied like right when I turned my phone off. So that was weird. I waited like 2 or 3 minutes, and then nothing, so I turned my phone off and left. Maybe I may have been having spotty reception because it took me like 4 times just to send her the text asking if she could come pick me up from that Starbucks. So maybe related to that. It all worked out. I got back quicker. It was when I turned my phone on right before I got to that Starbucks, when I started typing out the text. I got there sooner. I thought it might have been later than it was, so that was nice. Oh, also, finally found out, I think it was last week or the week before, if you've seen watching my other videos with me ranting about Comcast, it's because my mom randomly called them and got a hold of this dude that gave her more info, and he said what he assumed happened is most likely they were turning it over to fiber optic, since that's the new thing with Comcast, which I already knew. And so if that was the scenario, that would make sense why it worked fine up until they shut it off. And then when they shut it off, it never came back on, and in doing so, you have to have everything in your house changed to be compatible. So that was at least nice to know. And my mom might be able to get if she hasn't done already, get some kind of reimbursement, because before I gave her a link that I found for T-Mobile's 5G, we still had the Comcast going. Well, not going, but she still was paying for it, I should say, even without it working. So hopefully that worked and she got some money back where she can, and hopefully she calls T-Mobile, because it's getting annoying having 5G and then not work properly ever since we got the new modem, but she keeps procrastinating. I told her like 2 or 3 weeks ago to just call them and tell them it changed, since they send us the new modem, and to see if they could do anything. But instead, she just keeps complaining to me about it, and I can't do anything but just tell her the same thing. She said she was going to last week before she went to jury duty one of the days, but I doubt she did. Mostly because I woke up before she did all last week, and I never heard her on the phone.